Continuing with chapter 7, we're moving into multiplying polynomials. So in 7.1, we added and subtracted, and now we're multiplying. So core concept here is a very important method, which you'll hear from now until the end of your math career, and that's foiling. So to multiply two binomials together, we can use this technique that's called the FOIL method, okay? So we're multiplying binomials, we have this technique called the FOIL method. In the FOIL method, FOIL stands for first, outer, inner, and last. And it's really a distribution technique to help you remember how to go about doing this. So if we take a look at this, you can see here in the first, the F stands for the first terms. You're multiplying your two first terms together. Notice that we have a binomial times another binomial here. So we have a binomial, times another binomial. So the F, we're multiplying the first term in each binomial together. The O stands for outer terms. So we're multiplying the two outer terms together, in this case, the x and the 2. You see that x times x here is equal to x squared. X times 2 is equal to 2x. The I in FOIL stands for multiplying the inner terms together. So we're going to multiply that 1 and that x. 1 times x will get me 1x. And then finally, multiply the L, the last terms together, the 1 and the 2, to get a 2. So all together, that becomes the FOIL method, first, outer, inner, last. You multiply them together, and you combine your two middle terms, and you'll get your polynomial. So we know that x plus 1 times x plus 2 is going to be equal to x squared plus 3x plus 2. That is the FOIL technique, first, outer, inner, last. It's all about distribution. So let's use the FOIL technique here. So if we're using the FOIL technique, as we are here, we're going to multiply here, and here, here, and here. And it's important to draw in your little loops. So I'm going to go one at a time now, just to make it a little bit clearer. So first, x times 5 is going to get me, sorry, that's not first, that's the outsides. First, x times x is going to get me x squared. Outers, x times 5 is going to get me a 5x. Inners, 2 times x is going to get me a 2x. And last, 2 times 5 is going to get me 10. Now you can combine these two terms in here, 5x plus 2x. Hopefully you're saying I know what that is. That's going to get me 7x. You've got x squared here, plus 7x, plus 10, and that's your answer. So it's really just distribution here that you're doing. Next example. First, x times x is x squared. Outer, x times negative 6 is negative 6x. Inner, negative 3 times x is negative 3x. And last, negative 3 times negative 6 is a positive 18. We can combine our two middle terms here, and we're going to get x squared minus 9x plus 18. Moving on to our next one, same thing. First, outer, inner, last. X times negative 4, x times x is x squared. X times negative 4 is negative 4x. 3 times x is a positive 3x. And 3 times negative 4 is a negative 12. Combine there, x squared minus 1x, or just minus x, minus 12 is my answer there. And your last one, maybe slightly more challenging because we're not just multiplying x times x here, but it's the same exact concept. 2x times 3x. So if I have 2x times 3x, you're just multiplying that 2 times that 3 to get 6, and x times x will get me x squared. So we've got 6x squared. 2x times negative 5 is negative 10x. Inners, 1 times 3x is going to be a positive 3x. And then 1 times negative 5 is going to be a minus 5. So we get 6x squared minus 7x minus 5 as our answer. And again, we're using that FOIL technique on these problems. It's just distributing. That's all you're doing. You're just multiplying things together. Now, some people like to use a different way, a different technique to do these, and that's using a table. So if you're going to use that table technique, perfectly acceptable. Some of you might find this more visually appealing. We're going to put the 2x over here. That's our first thing. We're going to put the minus 3 over here. We're going to put the x right here. We're going to put the 5 here. And then in each box, you just are multiplying each thing together. So in this box here is going to be our x times our 2x, which is going to be 2x squared. Top right box is x times negative 3, which is negative 3x. Bottom left box, 2x times 5 is 10x. And 5 times negative 3 is negative 15. And again, it's the same thing here. Now let's just write it all out. It's just a different way to see it. 2x squared minus 3x plus 10x minus 15. Got to combine here, so I have to combine right in here. Those are my only like terms. So I end up getting 2x squared minus 7x minus 15. I'd get the same exact way if I wanted to use the FOIL technique. Whichever way you want to do it, whichever way you're more comfortable, go with that route. We'll save the try these for class and we'll move along to this one. Now we're a little bit more challenging here because now I'm multiplying a binomial times a trinomial. So I can't really FOIL because it's not a first, outer, inner, less, but I can use a distribution technique to do this. I just have to give that x to every part. And then I have to give that positive 5 to every part. So let's give that x to everything. X times x squared is going to be x cubed. X times negative 3x is going to be negative 3x squared. X times negative 2 is going to be negative 2x. The biggest issue we see with these is not getting your exponents correct. Like, for example, we see a lot of times x times negative 3x as just negative 3x as opposed to negative 3x squared. Now I'm giving that 5 to everything. So that 5 is going to that x squared. That's going to be a positive 5x squared. 5 times negative 3x is negative 15x. And 5 times negative 2 is negative 10. We got a lot of stuff to combine here. The x cubed, I'm looking for like terms. The x cubed doesn't have anything. The negative 3x squared right here can be combined with the positive 5x squared right there. The negative 2x that's right here can be combined with the negative 15x right in here. And the negative 10 that's down at the end doesn't have anything to be combined with, so it's going to stay down there. So let's combine everything. X cubed didn't have anything, so it's going to be just x cubed. That's done. Negative 3x squared plus 5x squared is going to be a positive 2x squared. Negative 2x minus 15x is negative 17x. And then I have that minus 10 at the end. See why last section was important? Because now you're combining like terms here and you're combining your polynomials at this point here. I want to show you that you could have used the table technique as well. If you wanted to, I could put an x and a positive 5 up here. And then over here, I have an x squared, a negative 3x, and a negative 2. I'm going to make my table now. And you would get exactly the same thing. X squared times x is x cubed. X squared times a positive 5x squared is 5x squared. Negative 3x times x is going to be negative 3x squared. Negative 3x times 5 is negative 15x. Negative 2 times the x there is going to be negative 2x. And negative 2 times the 5 there is going to be a minus 10. Notice that I got all the same things that I would have gotten there, and then I would just combine them, combine my like terms here as well. So if you're comfortable with the table technique, use the table technique. If you're comfortable with the distribution technique, use the distribution technique. Let's look at this example. So we got our hockey rink here. And it says in a hockey game, a goalie behind the goal line can only play a puck in the trapezoidal region. Write a polynomial that represents the area of the trapezoidal region. So we're trying to find the area of this trapezoid here. So the area of a trapezoid is defined as 1/2 h times your first base plus your second base. So trapezoid has two different size bases, right? As we can see here. This base is x, and this base is x plus 10, and then this x minus 7 is my height. So the area is going to look like this. Area is equal to 1/2 times x minus 7 times x plus 10. X is one of my bases. X plus 10 is my other base. So we're going to have 1/2 x minus 7. And then x plus x is 2x plus 10. I'm going to use the distribution technique, and I'm going to distribute here first. So 1/2 x times 2x is going to be 2x squared. X times 10 is going to be plus 10x. Negative 7 times 2x is going to be negative 14x. And negative 7 times 10 is going to be negative 70. We can combine right in here. So now we have 1/2 2x squared. 10x minus 14x is going to be minus 4x. And then minus 70 at the end. But wait, there's more. Don't forget to distribute this 1/2 to everything. 1/2 of 2, or half of 2, is just x squared. 1/2 of negative 4 is going to be a minus 2x. 1/2 times negative 70 is going to be minus 35. So the area is equal to x squared minus 2x minus 35. So real world application of this, okay? And it involves a lot of techniques here. We have to distribute, we have to combine like terms, we have to work with fractions, all right? And let's look at part B. Find the area of the trapezoidal region when the shorter base is 18 feet. So the shorter base we see is right here. So in essence, what they're telling you is they're telling you what x is equal to. So x is equal to 18. That's all that part means. X equals, well, what I wanted the highlighter. X is equal to 18. So we're going to take that 18 and we're just going to plug it in for our new area formula. So area is equal to, use parentheses, 18 squared minus 2 times 18 minus 35. Use that calculator. 18 squared minus 2 times 18 minus 35. You can put it all in at once if you wanted to. Make sure that you use parentheses if you're using the graphing calculator. I'm putting it in right now. You end up getting an area of 253. Make sure we have units, so it would be 253 feet squared because we're talking about area. That's all. We're going to do lots and lots and lots of practice with multiplying polynomials. See you in class.